We're going back to basics because food is expensive and I call myself honest and unbiased for a reason. As a content creator, it is my goal to show you the truest way to make something and do something. But that first can of tomatoes ruined this recipe. I forgot that this recipe really only called for 1 can of rotel and some corn and some black beans. But I'm not going to hide my mistakes from you. Because to me, honesty and integrity is kind of my thing. I think it's important to show you the mistakes I make because we're human. And if you make a mistake similar to this, just know that you can correct it. What I realized about this shot right here is that I had way too many vegetables and not enough meat. So I started over. Because correcting the recipe is important to me because you're on your budget, I'm on my budget, and even though this meat was designated for something else, I want your food to be balanced and taste good. And I don't want to use that cool editing hack where I just show up and the meat looks like this now, because it's not true. What I found is if I used a can of chilies, I could balance out the amount of tomatoes I had with the new amount of meat. I added more corn. I didn't have any more beans to add. But my goal for you is balance, so I took some of the other food that was already cooked and added it to this pan until I felt like it was balanced. I know the rotel has a little bit of a stronger flavor, so I went through and I added seasoning because I think garlic and onion powder and a little bit of salt are probably going to help this recipe be more balanced. And this is how I treat food in my home because I don't care if the camera's rolling or not. I want my food to taste good. I want to enjoy it. And I'm going to tell you right now, my kids are not eating this. They don't like any of these things. But my husband and I enjoy it. And what do you know? Here's that cornbread recipe we just did. All the things I do here for you are really intentional because I want you to make good food and try things that are out of the box but not break the bank. I think food should taste good even if it's on a budget. I think food should be nutritious because it can. But I didn't learn how to cook until I was in my 20s. And I really only got a knack for it in my late 30s. If you have a box of Jiffy, if you have canned beans instead of fresh, if you mess up the recipe a little bit, or if you don't like jalapenos, however you choose to make this, I hope you're well fed. Now go buy some ground meat or turkey. We have meals to make.